The following production is brought to you by the Talkin' Buds Leaf Show.
Here we go. Talkin' Buds Leaf Show post-game edition. Leafs victory post-game edition. Haven't been able to say that very much this year, but hey, man, they don't ask how. They just ask. Easy for me to say how many. And a win's a win in this league, pal.
Yeah, it's all fixed now. The boys are back on track. The tenacious nature of this team is back. They're willing to do whatever it takes to win hockey games like they did tonight. And they're going to make the playoffs now.
Earlier today, we got word that Auston Matthews, Matthew Nyes, and Nicholas Waugh would be returning to the lineup. It did feel, going into this game tonight, it did feel like a bit of a reset. Like it felt like, okay, we're getting some regulars back here. We're coming off literally the worst game of the season against the Montreal Canadiens. Like, it felt like maybe this is time that they take a step and start heading in the right direction. And Ryan, after watching that hockey game, do you feel like the Leafs are headed in the right direction?
They got dummied tonight. Like, yeah. I thought they got dummied. They had no business winning that hockey game. Joe Woll was unbelievable and some clutch scoring, I guess. But other than that, they had no business winning that game. I thought they got dummied. I thought Werenski and Fantilli looked like the two most elite players on planet Earth tonight. They were just getting, like, those guys came back and made no difference. I thought they were just behind. They're on their heels. They're in their own zone the whole night. I don't know how they won that game other than Joe Woll. I guess that's why.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Like, I'm not necessarily leaving this hockey game feeling much better. To be honest with you, I just thought, you know what, let's do some positives and negatives off the top here. Number one positive, Joe Woll. Joe Woll was
he was
spectacular tonight.
Yeah, he made
spectacular,
unbelievable saves. That might have been the best I've ever seen him look.
Yeah,
ever. He looks so good
about him. There's a confidence about him right now. Like, it's as if he knows, I'm the best player out here right now, and I need to perform like it.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised because after he gave up that first one, they called it back. At that point, I was like, this is his chance to just say, I'm not letting in another one. And he almost did. But the amount of volume and he faced from elite players, eventually one was going to get by him. But yeah, he looked as good as I've ever seen him tonight. He was incredible.
You said that he and Anthony Stolarz have flip-flopped in your book.
Yeah. But at the start of the season, I'm like, Stolarz is my guy. Last season, Stolarz is my guy. You got to get this guy done. He's like a future number one goalie. Ever since that little comment Stolarz made that rubbed me the wrong way. I know some people took it as a positive, but I didn't really like it, to be honest with you. And then he plays like absolute garbage to start the season. And then he gets hurt, and now he's just gone.
And now he's just disappeared. The guy, no one's seen the guy.
I don't have any confidence. Boston. My confidence is gone. I'm not even relying on him anymore. It's Joe Woll's team. It's Joe Woll's net. Now in hindsight being 2020, I guess it was always Joe Woll's net for the taking. Anthony Stolarz, you're not, I don't know what you're doing. You're injured. You didn't play well. It's just now you're just a non-factor. And this is Joe Woll's team now.
Yes. They need to be careful with Joe Woll, man. Like, the one thing he and Stolarz have in common is they're both super injury prone, dude. Like, they've got a back-to-back. He's played a lot since he's come back. He basically came off the street, played a game and a half for the Marlies, and has been in here and has played 4 straight and has seen the most rubber than any other goalie in this league.
Well,
maybe
he's well rested.
Stu Skinner.
He's well rested.
But they've got a back-to-back. They've got Washington on Friday, Pittsburgh on Saturday. I think Dennis Hildeby needs to play Friday. Like, give Woll a couple of days off.
Give Dennis Hildeby Saturday. I do not want. I think Washington's way more of a dangerous team for the Leafs than the Pittsburgh Penguins are. I'm starting Joe Woll on Friday, and then you take your chances with Dennis on Saturday.
Your guy Dennis. I just worry about.
I know,
Joe
but what
Woll
are they going to do?
healthy.
Play Hildeby more? Like they're kind of in a tough place. Going back to what I just said about Stolarz just being useless now. It's like this was supposed to be the strength of this team, and now you're gone. And now we got to play Dennis Hildeby because we're worried about Joe Woll playing too much. Like it's not great.
You're not buying it.
Oh, I mean, at least they have a bona fide goalie, though. I mean, that's the positive. At least we're not talking about a guy who kind of stinks, who like needs to be in there. If that's the guy you're complaining about being in your net more often than not, thank goodness, thank God.
No, he got them that win tonight. Like, make no mistake about it. Like, sure,
at least we can go to bed tonight being like, at least we have a goaltender.
Yeah,
you know, like that's the positive.
100%. Like them getting those 2 points tonight would have been a travesty. Yeah. It would have like just an incredible performance gone to waste, but they ended up getting it. So there you go. Second positive for me is I thought Matthews looked pretty good. Like I thought he was all around it in the O zone tonight, and I thought he had a good game in the D zone. We can talk holistically about how I think these guys in general need to up their intensity as a whole. Yeah. But I thought, I for his first game back after a few weeks off, I thought Matthews looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, he was skating around nice. I thought he was moving around well. He created some chances. It's just that eliteness from him is missing. And and it's just his first game back
coming back, pal.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. It's like you're watching Fantilli and Werenski tonight, and those are two guys who like aren't as ranked as high as Auston Matthews is in a lot of people's top 50s or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they looked elite. Like they were creating all night, getting a lot of chances. And Matthews did have some chances. It's not like he didn't. He hit the post at one point. It's just, I don't know. I'm a little worried about his eliteness leaving him a little bit.
Well, this is a deeper conversation for another day, but I think we as fans need to start wrapping our head around the fact that whatever injury he suffered last year, the year before, could be permanent in terms of like, I don't know if we're ever going to see the 69 goal scorer version of him again.
Exactly.
I don't think
that's what I'm
realistic.
Saying. We're not saying that he sucks. It's just, I don't think he's ever scoring. Like, is he ever going to score 60 goals again? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think whatever happened to him 2 years ago, everyone points to. Not that we need to get into this, do a deep dive into this right now. But
I do not want to do a deep dive. I was just making a quick comment.
But quickly, everyone points to it was like the second to last game 2 years ago before the Boston series against the Red Wings where he got slammed into the boards and he went like back first into the boards. And people point to that being like, that might be where he messed up his back. And it's just something he's dealing with now, potentially for the rest of his career. But having said all that, for his first game back, I thought he looked pretty good tonight.
He did create some chances. That wasn't really fair. He did, and he was skating around well.
Positive number 3, Easton Cowan. In our ultra depressing episode last Sunday, I said you have 2 pillars of your next core here in Matthew Knies and Easton Cowan. And Easton Cowan's a player, dude. He's a player. He belongs.
I'm a little worried about his speed. I just don't think he's an elite skater. I think all the skill stuff checks out. Like he can handle the puck. He can make a pass. Tonight, the opportunity to bury a goal in a spot. It's a goal scorer's goal that he scored tonight. So that's encouraging. But then you're watching him in the overtime, and I know he was on the ice for a little bit too long, but this guy cannot skate with
you know what, Ryan? Here's the good news. He's 20 years old, and he's got lots of time to work on that and improve.
Do you get faster? Like, I think you can get better at other elements of your game. I don't know if you get faster.
You can work at it. You can do some power skating. You can improve your stride.
Yeah. Send him down to NTR. Get some power skating.
Send him down to NTR. Get some power skating. It's good to go.
Out there.
It's good to go. Okay.
Yeah.
What coming away from this game tonight, what are you feeling bad about? Like, what are you walking away from it going, oof?
They have no ability to assert any sort of dominance over any team at any point of the game. They have some high-end skill that can win games like tonight when your goalie's an animal. Like William Nylander, I thought that was one of his worst games of the year. He had 2 points. He set up the tying goal, and then he scored the overtime goal. I thought it was one of his worst games of the year. But he's that good to do that.
Yeah.
But, man, they just don't ever have a 5 to 10 minute stretch where they are just forechecking and winning every battle and winning and stealing pucks away and just feeding the other goalie shots. And like they just don't do that ever. And all other teams do to them is that. And it happened again tonight. It was at one point in the third period, they were going to go shot like 10-1.
Why does this happen? Why does this happen game in and game out? What are the reasons for it?
Because they just don't have a good team. I don't know. They just don't have a very good team.
Yeah, well, they don't have a good defense core. Their defense core is awful. I sent you a text during the game.
It's not even their defense. Like their offense, like it's both. Like the defense is obviously the worst. Like they have the worst D core in the league.
Yeah,
like I like pretty close. I mean, I don't watch every single game in the league, but they got to be in the bottom 5 in D cores
easily.
Okay, but then you're like, okay, what's the positive of this team? It's the offensive side. You still have some good players, but they don't ever. That's who I'm talking about here. They don't dominate play. They don't have a 10-minute stretch where the other team's just completely on their heels, fighting for their life, just throwing pucks away. They don't do that, and they didn't do it tonight.
There's a segment of people that are going to hate what I'm about to say because you can't quantify it in a number. It's an intangible that you just kind of see with your eyes. They just have no intensity. Like there's no like getting in, banging a guy, winning a battle, pushing a guy off a puck. Like Nick Waugh buried somebody in front of the net tonight, and I was like, good. Honestly, eat the 2 minutes. Somebody do something. It's just like they just lack, I don't know, drive? Is that the word? Juice? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like there's just no like there's no like they dump it in. Like Berube desperately wants them to play this like dump and chase style, okay? So it's like they dump it in and nobody can get in because there's no intensity, and if there is intensity, they're not fast enough. It's just like, I don't know. The more time goes on here, and I'm not advocating for them to fire a coach. I actually think this team not just tanking the season and finishing in the bottom 5 is they absolutely have to do that. I think it's just so stupid if they don't do that. You completely reshape your whole team in one off season, but I digress.
Sure. Yeah.
I digress. I do think there is credence to the argument that the system Berube is trying to get them to play, they just don't have the personnel to play it, man. Like they just don't.
Like I don't know what system they would play.
Dude, offensively, defensively, they have no system. Defensively, they just get worked.
Yeah, they survive
all over every inch of their zone.
Survive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Offensively, he wants them to dump the puck in and go in and bang someone and go and get it. Like dump your classic dump and chase, hard, heavy to play against, right? But it's like, one, their leadership group just lacks the intensity to play that style.
Mm-hmm.
And two, all the other guys are too fucking slow to play that style. So it's like, I'm starting to buy in more and more to this argument that it's not a fit. It's just not a fit.
Yeah. I just, the more I've thought about this, because we've had this conversation, the more I think the NHL as a whole is just getting out of control with like firing coaches. Like firing coaches, it just the fact that Chris Knobloch's name is being brought up to get fired is the most fucking insane thing I've ever heard. Like that is insane.
Yeah.
A guy who came in, took over a franchise behind the bench, brought them to 2 cup finals, and in one of them he was 1 game away. And then he starts this season his GM did nothing to make the team better. Their goaltending stinks. Their defense stinks. And then I'm watching TSN today, or watching SportsCenter, and here they are starting to rumble about Chris Knobloch. And I'm like, what fucking world is this? And then again, that makes me feel better. That makes me kind of change the way I feel towards Berube. Here's a guy who came in, won a division, took the team further than they've ever been in a long, long time.
In 20 plus years.
They have a down year. And if you really do the math in your head after 9 years of success and guys leaving and guys this, and again, Brad Treliving didn't really do much to improve the roster anyway. No, this guy's going to get...
Let me interject. Brad Treliving's 2 off-season signings are sitting up in the press box tonight because they both stink.
Exactly.
With a capital S.
And say what you want about Mitch Marner. He's gone. And he was a very important player. You replaced him with nothing. Not saying you could have replaced him. I'm not saying you go get this guy, go get that guy. It's just replacing that guy is very difficult. You can't really do it. You bring in 2 losers. Your goaltender you just signed, who you thought was going to good, stinks. It's just, and then this guy's got to take a bullet for this after winning a division last year. It's ridiculous. What was I even like last episode? We were like, he needs to be fired. But I don't know. I've had some time. Once I heard this Knobloch thing, it kind of just flip my whole opinion about this. Like, this is ridiculous. This is what a salary cap league does to coaches.
Yeah, this is Gary Bettman's NHL, man. This is what this is. Like, you and I, when we were doing our Blue Jays shows a few weeks ago, we're going on about how, like, don't bring a salary cap into baseball. I'm so sick of salary caps. And in this hard cap league, you cannot make a trade. Like, I love turning on the TV and listening to these insiders be like, well, Brad Treliving, he's looking around. He wants to make like a 1-for-1 deal. You can't do it. You cannot make a trade in this league. You can't do it.
Whoever makes a trade in November.
Tight. No, money is so tight. It's literally dollar in, dollar out. It's down to the dollar. So the only bullet these GMs and owners have that they can use to make an immediate change is to fire a coach.
I know.
That's why coaches now are smart to be like, if I'm signing on, I want like 5 years guaranteed money. So when you gas me in a year and a half, I'm getting paid for the next few years.
I guess it's a pretty good gig at the end of the day. Just get gassed and you're just collecting that 3.
Dude, if they fire Berube tomorrow, he is owed so much money. He can just go and kick his feet up and get paid.
Yeah. I mean,
and not have to deal with the sideshow anymore.
Yeah. I just, you sit back and you think about it more. And I get, you can come up with a bunch of arguments of if he was gone, they could change this and maybe his system doesn't work. But it's just like, what league is this where a guy can take his team to the Cup final 2 years in a row and with a pretty suspect roster as well? He wasn't really working with much.
Literally with like that dude. Like, say what you want. Like, yes, last year Florida had their way with them a little bit. They were starting Calvin Pickard in some of those games.
This guy, they dummied the West. And then and then his name is being rumbled about. That's what do you have to do? Like, this is crazy. The fact that we're talking about firing Berube after winning a division is just crazy. Like, what has happened? This is nuts.
Ryan, the holidays are here, and that means it's the most wonderful time of year to save with Rakuten. Use Rakuten to stack cash back at your favorite stores on top of holiday sales.
That's savings on savings.
With Rakuten, you can get cash back on gifts for everyone on your list, from toys for the kids to kitchen gear for the person who loves to cook, to electronics for everyone.
You can even save on something for yourself.
Just shop the stores you love.
Like Expedia for my next trip, a Dyson to clean up my home, or Best Buy to buy a new hard drive.
And cashback is automatically added to your account. And you can choose to get paid via Interac e-transfer, PayPal, or check. Join for free today and get a new member bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.ca, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's Rakuten. Terms and conditions apply. I think most people, Ryan, when they watch this, they know it's the players. But everybody else is in the same boat you and I are in right now, where it's just like, well, you can't trade. You can't trade anyone. Dude, I can't. When I see these insiders on either network talk about how they're looking, Bradford Livings, he's working the phones. It's like, with what? When he's calling somebody being like, you want Dakota Joshua? Yeah. After I just gave him this asinine contract, and now he's in the press box.
Yeah.
Like, there's no trades coming.
No.
Like, the only change you can make is the situation that they're in this offseason where they have a bunch of money coming off the books. Dude, we got a long season ahead of us. And I'm not going to do this every week. I'm going to promise you, and I'm going to promise the listeners, because it's going to get exhausting.
Yeah, this season.
It is so fucking stupid if this organization does not finish in the bottom 5. You have a chance to draft. I understand going into the year because you thought your team was a playoff caliber team and you could potentially win the division again, and you thought you were heavier and Florida's hurt and all this stuff. Okay. We're at U.S. Thanksgiving, all right? This team will be lucky to make the playoffs, okay? If they make the playoffs, it'll be a squeak in, and the only reason they'll get in is because Joe Woll is going to play like a Vezina Trophy winner. That's it, okay? Yep. That's the only guy who's getting you there is Joe Woll. It is such a dumb decision if this organization doesn't do that. You have the opportunity to pick in the top 5 and then a bunch of money coming off the books in the offseason to truly reshape your team. Now, I want Brad Treliving absolutely nowhere near that checkbook. Forget it. But that's a different story for another day. It's just like, it's so clear what the rest of the season needs to be.
I feel like it's easy to do too, like they won't do it because they're idiots and this organization sucks. But it's so easy to do. Like, I know you're losing a year off people's contracts, but like, Austin, your back hurts, man. Like, why don't you take the whole year off? Oh, nice. It looks like you fell into the boards there. You have to take the year off. Like, it's not like, it won't be that hard to do.
No, and it's just like the reason why I can't buy into the opposing argument is because this team is if we're not trying to win the Stanley Cup, then what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Then what are we doing?
No, we need a reset. This is the perfect year to just go, okay, we've had all that regular season success in the past, and it's kind of an off year, and then dudes just kind of start falling off one by one. Don't make it too obvious, but it's not that hard to do. And I'm looking at this guy, right? I'm looking at Keaton Verhoff, 6'4", 212 pounds, projected number 3 overall pick.
There you go.
Defenseman.
Yeah.
There you go.
Draft him.
Take him.
Finish at the bottom of the league and tank for McKenna. Like, do something.
Yeah, it's
like,
not that hard,
come on. And you hope that
it's honestly that easy. Like, you can literally just tank this whole season.
Yes.
Like, look at the team. Like, you still have a lot of great pieces here.
Yes.
It's not like you're blowing it up and just getting one guy's going to fix everything. You could literally just keep because all your important pieces are locked up. They're not going anywhere. Yes. So you just take a bit of a mully this year. You drop into the bottom 5. You take one of these studs, and like, you kind of fix your problem right then and there.
Yes. And
like, that's how easy.
I said, tons of money to spend. So it's like you're good.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's just
big
so
boys, in this projected draft.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Oh yeah.
Like who? Like, if you look at the end of this season, like, Michelli is an RFA. He's gone. Yarncroft's gone. Nick Robertson's an RFA. Scotty Lawton's gone. Bobby McMahon's gone. Sammy Blais, I'm not. Whatever.
Did he get waived
it's like they got
today?
a lot of money. Yeah, he did, but nobody's gonna. Kipper made me laugh on Kipper and Bourne because Justin Bourne was like, oh, they're taking a risk putting him on waivers, and Kipper's like, no, they're not. Nobody's picking up Sammy Blais. Oh my God.
It's really not that hard, man.
Here we are on November 26th talking about what needs to happen.
Okay, this is like insane fan talk, but it's honestly their best strategy. It's the smartest thing to do. Yes. I know it's like are the ethics there? Like probably not, but who cares?
Right, they're terrible enough to do it.
Exactly. Like if they played the win tonight, whole year the way they are right now, like they're going to finish near the bottom anyway.
With the win tonight, they've leapfrogged Buffalo, so they're not dead last in the East. But going into this game tonight, they were last place in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
like you watch them. You said off the top they didn't deserve to win this game tonight. They got dummied.
Well, I know
what's
going to happen.
Friday.
You know what's going to happen, right? You know where they're sitting in the league right now, right?
Where?
They're sitting 6th.
Oh, so there you go. So they have, and then the Boston
getting a 6th overall pick.
I tell you what, man,
it's life or death. It's life or death. Yeah, I don't see any other option. No, it sounds insane. It sounds stupid, but no, like you want to hand Boston an 8th overall pick, or do you want to just like kind of send Auston Matthews and a couple other guys home and ensure you get that top 5 pick?
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Here we go. We just fixed the Leafs season. We're far from the only ones who have suggested that, but hey. All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, they've got a back-to-back coming up. They've got a Black Friday game at 5 p.m. against the Washington Capitals, and then they're in Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday. We will be back on Sunday morning. You know who they play on Tuesday? The Florida Panthers.
Yeah, well, they're not. They're kind of just. I don't know what they're doing. You know who you got to give. You know you got to give a lot of credit to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah,
like here they are again, just chugging away. I know they've gotten dummied in the playoffs the past couple of years, and it hasn't looked great, but they're just chugging away. They're just still a good team. They're still pretty loaded. They're gonna probably win the division. Like they're still going.
Speaking of the, you brought up the Oilers earlier. It is, it's ugly.
Yeah,
it is ugly.
Yeah, it is ugly. Well, that's another fire. That's another thing you gotta. It's another thing you gotta remember too. Maybe you can start crafting your team in a certain way.
Yeah.
Then offer a very appealing package to a guy who I know has an affinity for being in the Newmarket area, which is very close to the city of Toronto.
There you go.
There's your other plan right there.
We all thought it was going to happen, and then he signed the little extension, which is like, could you imagine if he didn't sign that extension and the Oilers were playing like this? It would be all both networks would be talking about.
Listen, it's not a blow it up scenario. Like they don't need to blow it up. They just need to be like strategic here and be smart. And they could do this in a way that won't take 10 years. It could take a year or two.
Yep.
And then they could be right back if they're smart.
And you've already someone might say, oh, well, there's only 2 years left on Auston Matthews' deal. And it's like, okay, well then he's gonna leave. Or hopefully he lets you know he's not resigning.
I think he was leaving.
He lets you know ahead of time he's not resigning and you trade him. And like I've said 50 times, you've already got 2 pieces of your next core here. They're already here. So you go.
William Nylander's not going anywhere either.
No, and neither's John Tavares, but that's fine. So you go and get another one, and you're off. You're retooling.
It is obviously if you get the first overall pick, even though they won't, they will not get the first overall pick. I do not think in a million years that's going to happen. Yeah. But whatever pick you could, if somehow they're in that scenario, I don't care if the guy who you're supposed to take is a forward. You are not taking him. You are taking the next best defenseman in that draft.
Whoever gets the first overall pick is taking Gavin McKenna.
Well, obviously, I mean, that's like, yeah, okay, if you're in that scenario, you're taking Gavin McCann, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you're picking fourth,
yeah,
and there's a D-man there, or there's a forward there you should take, but the D-man's like 2 slots lower than him, I'm taking the D-man all day long.
Yep.
This team needs defense so bad.
Desperately. All right, buddy, we need to get out of here. You and I have made it a part of our personal brand to not deal in hypotheticals, and all we did on this episode was deal in the hypotheticals.
Because we're in territory we've never been in before.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Every single year has kind of been a carbon copy for us. It's like, for the most part, they've had the same year every year we've done this. This is the first year where it's like, ooh.
Well, and I stand by what I said earlier. If we're not trying to win the Stanley Cup, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have
100%.
no interest in patching up this mess to sneak into the playoffs. I have no interest.
It's just like the talk of like, what? How many times did you hear this week? What do you think the record has to be to make the playoffs? How many games do you think they got to win for the rest of the way? It's like this team got dummied by the Blue Jackets 3 games this year. Like, they haven't even played a real team yet, and they're awful. They
went out there on Saturday night against the Montreal Canadiens, who are arguably more banged up than they are, and got worked for 3 periods. Forget it.
You think this team's winning the next, like, we're going to win 35 games the rest of the way?
No, they had to scratch and claw tonight to beat the Columbus. Their goaltender had to stand on his fucking head.
The guy literally had to play the best game in his career
of his life
to beat the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight.
Yes,
with pretty much a full healthy lineup minus Carlo and Tanev.
Yes.
That's
like ridiculous.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about here? Like,
exactly.
This is crazy. It's time to pull the chute already, man.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Like I said earlier, we'll be back on Sunday morning, doubleheader this weekend. If you'd like to join us for that, hit the like and subscribe button below. Tons of new subs off the last episode. I say it all the time. The Leafs being stinky is good for business. It really is. So welcome to all of you who subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for bearing with me tonight. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so Ryan carried us through this episode. Thank you very much for doing that. If you're listening to the audio version, like, subscribe, review, all that stuff helps us out.
Spread the word. Tell your friends.
We'll see you guys on Sunday.